What's going on, guys? Welcome back here to the channel, Blue Collar Works. It's been a minute since I've posted. It's been a couple months, but with that being said, I'm not going to waste your guys' time. I'm going to jump right into this video. I'll probably be explaining it to you guys whenever, like, throughout this video, kind of what I've been doing and what's going on in my life, but I'm going to jump right into it here. This is a project that has been needed to be done for quite a few years now, and just getting some time to do it, and I think it should be pretty fun. So I'm glad you guys tuned in here, and yeah, join along for this video. So we got the John Deere 50G. This is the biggest excavator I've ever ran before, and I'll tell you what, it's really nice. Very powerful machine. Been doing a little digging and just messing around here at our place, but all these trees need to go. This is our pond. Yes, it's been neglected. Yes, it needs a lot of attention. I understand that, but I'm going to try to pluck as many of these trees out as I can without digging into the dam too much, and hopefully I can just pull most of them out. Yeah, I don't really know how this is gonna work. Like I said, thought about it. If these bigger ones, I might leave them and come back with a chainsaw and just cut them off and then pluck them out of the pond with the excavator later. So I might have to do that with a lot of these bigger ones, but these smaller bushes I'll be able just to grab and pick right out. So we're gonna start cleaning this up, and those of you that have been around for a while, they know that I've got a skid steer, and I've been doing some cleanup down here on this woods line and on the back side of this pond dam. It was really bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean all this up. Like I said, like all this small stuff, these autumn olive bushes, their roots don't go that deep, so they shouldn't be too bad at all. I should be able to pluck them right out. But yeah, I cleaned off the back side of this pond dam this past spring. That was actually one of my last videos I posted. But with all that being said, I'm gonna jump in here and we're gonna start rocking out. Started over here, and starting off, you know, I couldn't really see much as far as where I was grabbing at with my excavator, so kind of a slow start, and I do not run a piece of equipment hardly at all, so I got a lot more smooth and fluid and a lot quicker as the video goes on. But this is just kind of the start here, and where my camera is, I can't talk to you guys while I'm running it, so I'm gonna have this in real time for a little bit, and then here in a second it's gonna kick over to time lapse, and I will just put music over that. So I hope you guys enjoy. that, I'll voice over it whenever I go to edit it. It's working like a dream, baby. Ah. Get off there. There we go. guys, I do apologize for how this video turned out as far as the time lapse goes, but I've learned that putting your camera on time lapse on a machine does not always work out like you would think it does. So I've learned that now. So next time I will set up my tripod for time lapse. But whenever I came down to edit it, it is kind of jerky, and like I said, I do apologize for that. But you guys can skip forward 7 minutes if it's bothering you, or if you don't like it. 7 minutes is pretty much the end of the video, or it's the end of the time lapse. I show the last couple minutes of me working in regular time, and then just kind of overview of the project and a couple of things to come. But again, guys, I apologize for that. I had no clue that it was going to turn out like this, and yeah, it's pretty rough. I think it's just something with the time lapse, and with me moving around so much and bouncing around on the machine, it's kind of nauseating, or it can be, watching this. So sorry about it. With that being said, I'll throw on some music for you guys for the next couple minutes here, and I'll see you guys at the end of the video. One thing that I did notice, and some of you guys watching this might have noticed it too, but I was scared that some of these trees would have pretty big tap roots. And as far as like the growth on the pond dam, a lot of them were olive bushes, but they aren't actually trees. It's just like a shrub almost, but they get pretty big. Their roots are really shallow, and I was scared that these maples and these willows were gonna have big tap roots on them. Those are the two trees that I'm pulling out. But the maples did have a little bit bigger tap roots that were held in there, and the willows plucked out pretty easy for the most part as well. Neither of them had huge tap roots, but I did go ahead and just bust some of them up. I used the teeth on that bucket. It's got good ripper teeth on it, so I used them teeth just to kind of bust up the ones that weren't coming out really easy. So that's what I did, and I hope you guys enjoy these next couple minutes of time lapse, and then you guys can watch me finish it up. so I'll put you guys in regular. We'll get her wrapped up. Well, there you have it. John Deere 50G got the job done. Not bad for a little do-it-yourself project. These last two were the only two that I really dug in at all. And by me saying dig in, I didn't even dig in, if you guys could tell. It was more just scraping, and all them roots were just, you know, in the top couple inches, and it just peeled a decent chunk out. So like I said, I really tried to mitigate doing that. That's why I just broke these off, hoping that everything can just die. But if I'm guessing it's not going to work like that, and I'm gonna end up having to take these out. But we'll do that at a later date. I'm trying to save this dam. I don't really know though. I mean, we haven't got much rain here at all. This is actually the lowest I've ever seen at this pond. But yeah, just trying to rescue it. Like I said, it's been in need of attention for a long time. So, man, it looks so much different now. Got everything just piled up in piles and on the backside. So I got a little more cleaning up to do here. But as far as this video, I think that pretty much sums it up. I mean, don't even look like the same place really. So like I said, that's the biggest piece of equipment I've ever ran. So it's a little sketchy on some of that dam. I mean, it really wasn't too bad, but I don't have a whole lot of experience running a mini. So yeah, might end up going through here later to where we can access this backside and actually drive all the way around it. So yeah, I've got some more work to do, but I'm gonna wrap up this video right here. Thank you guys that have been watching my channel, been asking about me. I appreciate you guys. And if you're new to the channel, awesome. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down there. But with that being said, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Stay tuned to see anything else I do back here. I've still got quite a bit of work that I want to do to get this place minty. And also, I'm gonna be making some pretty big purchases here soon. So yeah, I think that I'm gonna have some pretty cool content, some pretty interesting stuff going on here. So yeah, it's gonna wrap it up for the video, guys. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to see more.